Welcome to About the Winelands. In this show, we will be chatting to leaders, influencers, wine producers, restaurants, and other role players. Tune in every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday for your latest episodes. You will find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram TV, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. Before we start the show, I need to share something really exciting. It's called the About the Winelands Pop Up. And if you want to get your customers excited about your lockdown or online specials, you need to email us right now. Email us at visitthewinelands@gmail.com and add Winelands Pop Up to the subject line. Who knows? We might just make you an offer you cannot refuse. That is visitthewinelands@gmail.com. Now, on with the show. Welcome back to About the Winelands. Today we are talking to Siwela Masoga from Siwela Wines. Good day and welcome to About the Winelands, Siwela.
Hi, Will. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
It's our pleasure. You must be excited today that you can actually start selling wine again in South Africa, right?
I am super excited. Finally, we can all get back to work. We've been having a lot of orders lately. Yeah, so I think even our consumers, our customers are looking forward to finally enjoying a glass of wine.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, Siwela, tell us a bit about yourself and how you became involved with, our fantastic wine industry.
Okay. I actually come from Polokwane in Limpopo, so I was born and raised there. And when I finished with my high school, I decided to come study in Cape Town. And fortunately for me, I initially thought I was going to study medicine, but my marks were not so good. So that didn't happen. And I studied biotechnology. So that's where I got, a whole understanding or an idea about the existence of
Uh,
the wine industry.
If I may
Because where I
just
come
ask,
from, we.
if I may just ask, did the
Mm.
wine have anything to do with the fact that your marks weren't so good?
No.
Just,
They were good. They were good, just not for medicine.
okay, I see. I'm just checking here.
So, biotechnology is basically the use of microorganisms to come up with products. And one of my majors were fermentation and microbiology. So that's how I got to, have an idea about, what winemaking is all about, and the fact that there is an industry which is the wine industry. And I got so interested. I think also the fact that it was something I never knew about before just made me more interested and more, willing and interested, obviously, to learn more about this industry. And fortunately, when I finished with my studies, I got an internship with one of the wineries in Stellenbosch. So I was with Waterstone Wines. That's where I began working in the wine industry. I still found it very interesting and I still wanted to learn more about the industry. So I was fortunate again to work with Distel, which I worked with for a couple of years before I ventured into Siwela Wines. And after that, it just became one thing on top of the other. And I've also still continued with my studies. I still do at the moment because I think you can just never stop learning about wine. And currently, I've partnered with Kulenhof in Stellenbosch. That's where I produce my wonderful range of wines.
Okay, awesome. So,
Yes.
which year did you start Siwela Wines?
2018.
2018. Oh, so you almost so just over 2 years ago. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
still fresh.
Yeah, well, you know. So tell us a bit more about the wines you're producing and the winemaking philosophy that underpin your wines and what you are looking for in the wines that you're taking to market.
Currently, I'm producing more of entry-level wines, and the whole idea is to target, people who are new to drinking wine. And obviously, those are the kind of wines that people will be more keen to try. And I believe that, I mean, there's also room for more business there and for more growth, especially if you are looking at the upper part of South Africa and the majority of South Africans who actually don't even drink wine for
Mhm.
obvious reasons. So more entry level wines, sweeter wines. That's what I have on my range, and a bit of yeah. So mostly it's just entry level wines. And I mean, the philosophy, I think my philosophy to wine is just, I mean, being a scientist, I think I appreciate more the science behind, winemaking and actually, letting nature take its course when it comes to producing wine. So, um, and what was the other question?
No, that's fine. You actually answered. I was just so
Okay.
your market. I mean, it's a great idea. I think this is something that we all should be looking at, right? If we can get more
Mm,
people to convert from
mm.
drinking, maybe just from drinking beer to drinking wine, we'll have a booming industry, right?
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
so there's a big growth market right here in your own backyard, which is going to obviously, with
Yes.
things are going at the moment, it's going to be more important, I think, going forward. So, where are your wines sold? Mostly in South Africa? Are you exporting anything?
At this moment, we only export to Ghana, but we sell mostly online and only in South Africa, but still
Okay.
looking for more opportunities in terms of the export market.
So, do you think there's a big developing market for exports in Africa?
I think so. I certainly think so because I think, especially for South African wines, I think with the export marketing initiatives that we have done, I've seen that South African wines are not so much into various markets, especially in Africa. So it's only like your French wines and all that, and obviously people are always looking for something different, something new, and I think South African wines stand a good chance in doing well within the African market. Um, yeah, so and a lot of African markets also look up to South Africa. So I think they're most likely to also be interested in our wines. I mean, they are also. I can tell you that even for Botswana, for example, I know it's not really another country, but but Botswana, I have a lot of inquiries regarding the wines from Botswana. That just also shows you that other people, especially within Africa, are most interested in our wines as well.
Yeah, I've heard this from other people as well, and there also seem to be
Mm,
a bit of premium on the African export market. So that's great.
mm, mm. Yes, definitely.
So your marketing, I've noticed if I looked around a bit and what you're doing and stuff like that, it seems that social
Mm.
media is one of the places that you're focusing on. And how important is social media in your marketing, and what other channels are you using?
So I think social media right now is the most important tool for marketing. It has a lot of advantages. With social media, you don't really have, to be there physically to talk to people to market your product. You can speak to anyone, even people who are not in South Africa. I've seen that happening a lot. People inquiring about products because they've seen it on Instagram, they've seen it on Twitter, and the other thing is you don't really need a huge budget to market your product online. I mean, at Siwela Wines, we sell all our sales are generated through social media. So, which is really great because it just shows how effective social media alone is. And it's also really great because with your following, with your customers on social media, if they're really happy about your product, they actually become the other marketing agents because they share your what is that, they share your content, they talk about your product online, so that also helps a lot.
That's amazing. I mean, it's
Yes.
very true that what you're saying is the importance of
Mm,
social media. And like you say, when people wake up in the morning, they're on their phones, right?
mm.
First thing,
Yes.
and basically
Yes.
the whole day. So just on
Yes.
that point, I mean, do you, how involved are you yourself with the social media marketing? Are you doing a lot of the posting and engaging with customers yourself?
Yes, I do, but I do have two other people on my team on marketing.
Hmm.
So they basically focus because we also have a content creator. She's really good at it. So,
Okay, cool.
Yes, and a designer as well. So we work together. But I am also very involved in our marketing strategies.
And if people order, how do your sales work? Because I noticed, do you have a online shop on your website, or how does that work?
So what we do is when people order, like everybody who orders our wines basically get them from social media. So they'll send us a DM to say, hi, I'm looking to order your wines, and I just take their WhatsApp number and send them an invoice, they pay, and then we deliver.
So this is a lesson for people that are saying we can't do things, right? If you don't need a lot of stuff to actually get going. I love it. So basically, you're a wine hustler.
Sorry?
You're a wine hustler.
Yes, definitely.
I love it. So, so talk, so tell us, you've also hustled a wine club. So tell us how the Siwela Wine Club works.
So, well, the wine club, I've been struggling a lot into constructing something that can add a bit of value to, our customers. And, I've been trying this and that and looking at what we can do other than just offering them, discounts, And also, obviously, we do have 8 different wines, which means that if a client gets our product every month, they can still get 6 different wines. But I feel like wine clubs work much better when there are different brands involved. Then consumers can be able to, have a different brand, like different brands at one go, even if they
Mhm.
fall under the wine club. And obviously, having an extended benefits for your wine club members, it always pays off. And then we just recently decided to have a wine club that is not just about them getting wine at the end of the day, at the end of the month. So with this wine club, we're going to we're going to keep our customers, we're going to keep giving them different discounts, like on our wines, on our events that we're going to be doing, obviously after the lockdown. And I'm just also going to really create a club where we're going to be tasting wine and just socially tasting wine, talking about wine, and also creating a platform for the club members to also learn about wine. So I wanted to be more engaging and more value adding, other than just sending them wine at the end of the month.
I think this is a trend that we're going to see in the wine industry, and it's already happening.
Mm.
Is that wine clubs are expanding into becoming lifestyle clubs?
Yes, yes, definitely. I think that's the way to go. Because, I mean, if you look at it, I've also had some people who are looking to, you know, uh, go into a different wine club. I think people want something. They want activities. They want, well, like you said, a lifestyle wine club. I think that's what we need to work towards.
So talking about learning, you're also doing online wine classes. I noticed on your Instagram. So can you tell us more
Yes.
about that?
So I've always been really passionate about wine. And like I don't know if I did mention with regards to my target market being the newbies to wine.
Hmm.
And I've also noticed that a lot of people that talk to me ever since I've started with this journey, and obviously because I'm more accessible, they can send me a DM and everything. It has always been about, the questions around wine, the questions about the industry. So there's a lot of people who are really interested in learning about wine, interested in understanding the industry, and especially people who are not fortunate to have experienced the winelands, who, they've never been to Cape Town, they've never been to a wine farm before. If they were to buy a bottle of wine, they would buy it because, I mean, they're buying alcohol, but that experience and that appreciation for wine and a deeper understanding for what wine is, they crave that. And I decided, what, this is also going to be one way for me, not only to promote the brand and the business, but also, to get involved, obviously also trying to add value to our customers and people that we interact with at Siwela Wines. So the online classes are also part of that. But more than that, I would like to go into a project which will get unskilled people to basically have, your what is this? Your hospitality basic training in wine. I mean, I know for a fact that wine is not just only for the consumption of it, but there are people who can benefit from the skills that come with wine and hospitality, and these people can basically get simple jobs at restaurants or wherever, depending on the training that they get. So in a long term, in the near future, I would like to um, do that kind of a project.
Well, I think that's fantastic. I spoke to somebody a while ago who started off as a waiter in the wine industry, became a sommelier, and
Mm,
now running
mm.
a wine importing business for African wines in the Netherlands. So that path
Imagine.
can happen, right? I quickly want to share something exciting. I have heard via the grapevine that the Fishwives Club will be launching a new lifestyle club soon. If you have not heard of the Fishwives Club yet, just know that you are probably missing out on the sexiest wine label out there. To stay in the loop, please quickly go and follow them on Instagram. The Instagram handle is at the Fishwives Club Lifestyle. Let me repeat that, at the Fishwives Club Lifestyle. Now, on with the show. So on that
Yes.
point, you said that you aim to get more young Africans involved in the wine industry. So what are
Mm.
your plans in this regard? Are you planning anything else besides what you mentioned so far?
So what I'm planning is, like I just said with the project, I hope, maybe next year or later this year, if I can start with maybe a number of 20 young people that have no skills whatsoever, but a bit of metric, and just see how we can help them into getting, the basic training here in wine. But I'm also looking at mentorship as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this mentorship thing that I want to do is just to basically identify young people who have the interest, and obviously they can show that they are dedicated to building careers within the wine industry. And yeah, I already have a number of people that are interested in such, and I think most people really, especially Black people, they are interested in the wine industry. I get every day I get these questions, and sometimes I'm not even able to respond.
Oh my word.
Yes. So I think 10 years from now we're going to be seeing a lot of a lot of Black people within the wine industry in various dimensions. So which is a good thing as well. Because remember, even with the whole idea of a lot of Black people not being so interested in wine, the more Black people are also, which the more people involved in the industry as well, depending even in distribution whatsoever, marketing whatsoever, it will also, increase the number of people as consumers that become
Absolutely.
interested in wine.
I totally
Yeah.
agree with you. That is
Mm,
absolutely true.
mm.
So something more serious, the whole coronavirus has forced all of us to really rethink our business models,
Yes.
and you've taken the brunt of it by being in lockdown and not being able to sell wine. So
Mm.
going forward, do you have any changes or new ideas in mind?
At this moment, I wouldn't say much, but I'm thinking of, obviously we've always been selling online, but I think from now on selling online would be the new thing. It would
Hmm.
be the normal thing. So I think we just need to focus more on our marketing strategies online and being more present online.
Awesome.
Mm.
So Willa, your wine journey so far has been interesting, and I think it's still happening. So tell us a bit. What is the most important thing that you've learned from your wine journey?
I've learned that it's not easy. It is not easy, but fortunately, if you're passionate about it, you're more likely to, hang in there one more day. That's just it. But it's not easy.
Oh, that's awesome. So your vision ultimately for Siwela and Siwela Wines, where do you see this going?
I would like to basically, see us growing into an international, not just being, growing locally, but also, growing and extending our footprint internationally as well. So that's where I see us going, and possibly maybe in the next 5 years or so.
Okay, that's awesome. So the other thing that I would like you, I ask everybody is you need to give us your very own or your favorite wine quote.
This one, I think, okay. I would say that every friendship begins with a bottle of wine.
There you go. There you go. I like that. So, Siwela, if people want to get hold of you, want to contact you, or want to start a friendship by sharing a bottle of wine, how do they get hold of you?
They can follow us at Siwela Wines on all social media platforms, and they can visit our website www.siwelawines.co.za for more.
Okay, that's awesome. We'll put all these links down in the description. So, yeah,
Okay.
Siwela, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. Um,
Thank you so much.
I haven't laughed so much in a while, so that was quite nice. I mean, and good luck with everything. I think you're going to be busy in the next few days, right? As people rush to get their orders in. So
Yes.
anybody out there, right? You need to DM Siwela and get your online orders in. So yeah, thank you very much for spending the time with us. Appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for supporting our show. If you would like to get more exposure for your business, please have a look at our sponsorship options. Thanks again for supporting About the Winelands. Please follow us on YouTube and on our social media channels. All details and links are in the description.